Art and nature intertwined into a stunning landscape where time is forever held in repose is hardly a description of one of the most stunning places in Louisville. Hi, my name is Gwen Mooney. I'm the president and CEO of Cave Hill Cemetery. We are dedicated to providing superior end-of-life services while preserving Cave Hill's heritage in perpetuity. So what does Cave Hill Cemetery mean to you? We ask this very question to the fabric of our community, to those that have a special connection to us.
I'm Doug Farnsley. I'm a lawyer here in Louisville, and my great-great-grandfather was George Douglas, who actually owned a good bit of this land. This fenced lot was the family burying ground before there was a Cave Hill. So it's very special, very meaningful for me, for my family.
I'm Linda Speed. I'm president and CEO of the Community Foundation of Southern Indiana. My connection with Cave Hill Cemetery and Sister Emily Cooper started in 2000 when I worked at the Home of the Innocents. And almost by accident, while I was at the Home of the Innocents, we discovered that over 200 babies from the Home of the Innocents had been buried at Cave Hill in unmarked graves. Sister Emily Cooper's grave was in one of those unmarked lots, surrounded by the graves of children that she had cared for. So, a group of concerned citizens, myself included, decided that we wanted to memorialize these short and sometimes tragic lives of these children because they were once important and we wanted to make sure that the community could remember them. We started a grassroots fundraising effort to raise money to erect 2 markers, one for each of the sites, and we were successful in doing that. We have a bronze statue on each site of a Sister Emily-like figure, and in one she's lifting up a baby and releasing a dove to the heavens, and in the other she's shaking out a blanket, and the blanket has a butterfly pattern on it, and some are 3-dimensional and look like they're about to fly off, and there are 220 butterflies on the blanket, one for every child that was buried from the Home of the Innocents.
My name is Mary Ann Thornton, and I'm a friend of Cave Hill Cemetery. I come here a lot to walk because I love the place, but also to see if there's a tree that I might want for my own yard. So it is a valuable asset to our community. Cave Hill is a spiritual haven to me because it offers the beauty of the trees, the fantastic monuments, the serenity that's here. You can look at a book and see a picture of a tree, but nothing compares to seeing it in real life. Plus, you can come back throughout the seasons of the year and see how it puts flowers on and how it sets fruit and what color it has in the fall.
I'm Andy Futrell. I'm a monument designer and master engraver here at Cave Hill Cemetery. I think families feel important. They notice it first off as soon as they go through the gate at Cave Hill. They can see that it's a well taken care of place. And then from the family services advisors to the people that they might deal with at the office, all the way down to the groundskeepers, even myself, as an engraver, I like to take the families, and when they ask me a question, I want to answer it, and I also want to do them a good job. So I want them to feel like they're important, and what we do for them is important, in every aspect of our jobs.
I'm Sharon Hardy. I'm an attorney with Fultz, Maddox, Dickens, PLC. Cave Hill provides a distraction from the seriousness of life in that it has geese, it has ducks, and you are in their habitat. You witness their banter, their fights, their demands for food.
If you bring your children here early on and allow them to get around the lake where the ducks and the geese are and feed them, I think it lets children know as they grow older, that it's not a place to be feared or a place to go just as a burial ground, but it's a place of comfort.
Cave Hill, any cemetery really reminds us that we're all temporary. We're here for a period of time, and we come here to respect those and learn from those who went before us, but eventually our time will come too, and this is just a good place to recall that.
People come from different states. Universities send busloads of students to come and see the trees here.
It's a learning experience because a lot of these trees are marked where they identify the name of them. The leaves, they could look at them they come in here for projects.
It is more than just a burial ground. It is a park-like setting. It's a place where you can come and feel comfort. You can reflect on the life that you've had with a loved one that might be buried in this cemetery or niched in this cemetery.
The markers and the memorials here, they tell our story. And it's not just the story of the wealthy and the influential, it's also the story of it's the rich and the poor. It's the war hero and it's the foot soldier. It's the famous and the well-known, and it's also babies who were buried in unmarked graves and forgotten for over a century.
Monuments are put up not because somebody lived in this world. They're put up because the people that are alive at the time that go to visit the grave sites, they can see who that person's name was, when they were born, when they passed away, and if the time that the monument is put up, there is also information about that particular person that is buried there.
Cave Hill's a living museum of our community's heritage. It's got the memorials and the markers that tell our story, and it's important, like with any monument to the past, that care is taken to preserve those memories.
If we notice that there is deterioration on them and something needs to be done to bring them back to as close as we can get to their original state, then that's something that should be done also, because a lot of times family members are not alive, that can address that, or maybe they can't afford to do it, and that's something that I think that the cemetery takes into account, and being able to restore a lot of the older monuments.
We need to continue to preserve Cave Hill because it provides such a unique setting of trees, wildlife, and the memorials of those who have died. If you don't preserve it, the memorials are going to waste away. Those who come after us will not get to enjoy the artistic value, the historical value that they provide.